We're so back.
We are indeed.
I'm normal about this game.
You keep saying that, but I've yet to see proof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another Pokemon I was thinking about using was Bisharp, but I decided
fine.
against it. He was too strong.
Apparently the chess theme is only in the English localization, which I found interesting.
What is?
The chess naming convention.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, because there was a channel who was like, what if every chess piece had a evolution? And someone in the comments was like, the chess naming convention is only in the English version.
Lame.
Let's begin chapter
But
6.
also, it makes sense if you look at them. Alright. Sounds good to me.
Hey! Hey! Eh? A voice calling for me? I stirred in my dream a bit, and saw a young figure fade into the horizon. It was my sister, Suki. Are you going to laze around all day? You're a bad friend, you know. Huh? Why? Your friends are working so hard for you, and what are you doing for them? Holding things up by taking a nap? Wait, a nap? Yes, Sadie, you're asleep. You're dreaming. How do you know? Oh, come on. You know how I know. And it's the same way you know. Of course, she was right. This was a dream. Because my sister wasn't with us anymore. So, wake up. I don't want to. I am going to stand here and tell you to wake up until you wake up. Dookie always had this stubborn side to her, which, in some ways, made her the perfect big sister to myself. Hey, get up. Get up. 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 Get up. Up and at 'em. Wake up. Get up. Hey. As the world of dreams faded away, I watched her shape float away from me. Her voice, however, continued to reverb through my ears. Chapter 6. Terminal Journey. Up! You! Up! Saturday! Oh my god! Get. My eyes snapped open, and I saw a familiar face staring down at me. You are literally the worst. What? Huh? What time is it? It's 2:34 p.m. Saturday. Do you know what 2:34 is? What? What is 2:34 p.m.? It's 15 whole minutes after we were supposed to be leaving is what it is. Sorry. I had a weird dream, and I guess I just didn't want to leave. Hearing those words, Suki seemed to have understood, and her demeanor softened up a bit. Ah, your sister, I'm guessing? Yeah, it was just a dream, though. Nothing but a figment of my own psyche. Suki scoffed jokingly, trying to lighten the mood. Well, I'm a figment of your own psyche, so your wording hurts a little there, but I get it. I chuckled and stood up from the bed. Allison walked in.
Oh, good morning, sleepy day. How nice of you to rise and shine at the ripe hour of 2:34 p.m.
I gave her a friendly glare. Oh, can it? I heard enough from her already. And it was all deserved, I'd like to think. Yeah. Sorry for the delay. I'm ready to go now.
All right.
We walked down the stairs of Chio's apartment for the last time and out onto the street, where Chio, Eri, and Kotomi were waiting.
Hey, good morning.
Oh my god, I get it! Chio laughed. It figures she would have known, it figures she would have known I'd already heard more than my fair share of complaining from Suki and Allie.
It's all right. We anticipated it. Aria's been keeping herself busy just fine.
With what?
Take a look yourself.
I walked over to the door of the car and looked inside to see Eri's thumbs in a frenzy on her phone screen. Ever since I bought her that cat plush, she'd become addicted to Noise's Sunlight, the game it was from. I laughed. She didn't notice. Yeah, that tracks. Anyway, are we all ready to go?
Yep. Hop in.
Allison, Suki, and I walked over to the back seat of Chio's rather large car. It had been a few weeks since everything that had happened at the Hachioji Cemetery. We kept ourselves waiting, anticipating an attack from Dawn. But it had never come, which had led us to be even more suspicious of what she could be up to. After experiencing over 1,000,000 cycles simultaneously, I had overclocked myself and was thrown out from my synchronization with Layer 2 by the Duskbreaker, by EDEP. I hadn't been able to access anything on Layers 1 or 2 since, which left us relatively powerless when it came to fighting back against Dawn if she showed up. Or so we thought. Suki had come into my room sweating a few nights ago. Ah, Saturday! Allison and I jumped a bit. Neither of us were expecting the sudden intrusion. Yeah? What the hell's got you all riled up and sweaty? I remembered something. I remember things all the time. What did you remember? A backdoor in the simulated world that allows light remote access to the Duskbreaker terminal. Wait, what? Okay, calm down, then explain. Suki sat down on the oddly placed chair in the corner of the room and took a few deep breaths. So, you know how the Duskbreaker only simulates Japan, right? Yeah? It's not absolute. There are a few spots where the simulation is naturally weakened, at the absolute edges of the country. Huh. So like in Mind Blast, when you go to the far place? I don't know what anything you just said means. It's like how in procedurally generated video games, if you go enough out into the infinite world generation, you'll hit an overflow. The game engine will stumble over itself trying to generate actual data. Yeah, it's somewhat the same principle here. Basically, hacking into the Duskbreaker through a point where the security of EDEP is much, much weaker. I frowned. Wait, if this was there the whole time, how come you didn't make a beeline for that when you were flung onto Layer 0 before? I was so out of it when that happened that it honestly completely slipped my mind. I never really had any reason to think about hacking into the Duskbreaker, since I was already, at the very least, thought myself to be, satisfied with my position on Layer 1. I guess that's fair, yeah. So, where is this weak point? Cape Soya, the northernmost point in Japan, in Hokkaido. And that was how we ended up packing our bags to take a trip to Sapporo, a big city near the point Suki mentioned. I glanced out the window as the countryside flew past us. When you think about it, this whole journey has just been one long road trip from the bottom of Japan to the top, huh? What do you mean? Well, in the simulated history, we lived in Tanegashima, which is really close to the southernmost point of the country. Then we went up to Kagoshima for the summer, and out to Tokyo for the fall. And now we're going up to Sapporo for the winter. I guess so. Yeah, well, it's more like every time you got to Tokyo, you looped back to Tanegashima and repeated that 8,266 times. And now we're going to Sapporo to finish things once and for all. I laughed. So much has changed. I don't know how to feel about it all, but things feel like they're starting to be right again, if that makes sense. How so? Well, for one, Storyteller and I being one again. Obviously, it would feel like I regained a part of myself, because, well, I did, but it feels like I'm starting to see the world for what it truly is. I guess I can understand that. It's like the pill analogy. Sure, staying in Wonderland would be great. You never have to face stuff head on, so your life is way more consistent. Everything becomes the same, and you like that. The idea that I represent. Yeah, and on the other side of things, forcing yourself to charge into the ugly truth, putting yourself at so much more risk of harm for a greater sense of happiness. The Liberator's idea. Yep, and I think the thing I've come to realize is you kinda need both. Like, yeah, you're going to have to face things as they come at you. That's how life is. And overcoming them will lead to an exponentially greater happiness than if you just stayed in your comfort zone unbothered. But you need to care about yourself too. You need to know that it's okay to take time to heal, to take things at your own pace. And to know that the feeling of wanting to run away is part of you, and a part of you that just wants to help. Suki didn't say anything. The Storyteller was in contact with Layer 4 to execute her plan to break Lock S. She called it the Vivid Stasis Operation. And I think I figured out why. Yeah? Why? I mean, think about it for a second. I'm not going to spell it out for you. Suki thought for a few minutes, and then a light bulb seemed to go off in her mind. I think I get it. The Vivid Stasis Operation wasn't just about breaking Lock S, huh? I nodded. Yeah, it was about joining Vivid and Stasis, breaking the separation between them, because you need both of them, and both can represent either. Damn, that Storyteller. She was on a whole other level. Hey, no need to talk about her like she isn't here. She's inside now. And sometime soon, you'll see her yourself, you know? You're right. Sorry, storyteller. I'm not bothered. Also, there's really no need to refer to us separately anymore. Fair enough. The drive continued for many hours. As the sun set behind the mountains, Chio pulled the car over to a rest stop that had a cafeteria, and we got out to stretch our legs and grab dinner.
What's this one? Why did we miss it?
This is my favorite song in the whole game.
Mhm.
I'm shocked that it's here. It was a part of the story earlier on. I don't know if they changed that. So we might play it again later, but maybe not. I love this song so much. It's so good.
I think I like the Spooky Haunted House one a bit more.
That's fair. Without the story relevance, it's slightly less cool.
Yeah,
Maybe
That's
it'll
fair.
yeah, maybe it'll show up later. Yeah. I thought this was the final song of Chapter 6. But I guess
Seems
they
to be the-
replaced it with a different one.
final song of chapter 5, but it was optional.
Yeah. It is very strange. So good. This is the hardest song, at least in my opinion, that I've full cleared. It's either this or Valor Starcross. But I actually got a new high score in it today. I got 1,080,000 points. 1,008,000.
Even at the end of the world, you left it.
I'm gonna get up, go to the restroom, get my portable charger from my phone. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Alright.
I'm back. Yeah, no, the gimmicks are pretty cringe sometimes.
They're very cool thematically, but very hard to play.
Yeah, I was saying I wish you could turn them off, at least on repeat playthroughs. I think you had much the same idea.
I did. But I also probably won't play them again, so it doesn't affect me too much.
That's true. Yeah. So, Air King, did you see the ending of Chapter 5? Are you caught up from the last stream? I know you had to leave early. No. I mean, you could stick around for a while, but I don't want you to get spoiled. I don't know if you've noticed, but the story's pretty good. So,
To be human, the group take a break at the rest stop to get something to eat. Yeah, so maybe friends was just a typo, because there's another typo here.
what? How is this a typo?
The group take a break.
Oh, I guess the movie takes a break.
Yeah.
That might be correct, because it's multiple people.
Yeah, but it's one singular group.
Yeah.
Should I do Final Farewell first?
Yeah. I know now how the characters from the beginning of the game felt. I feel like both of those are correct at the same time. This song's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed it.
This is probably going to be the part of the game where I recognize the least amount of songs. Is the ending section of the game, I feel like I remember all of those.
A bit after 10 p.m., Chio pulled the car over to allow us to stretch our legs and grab a bite to eat. We stopped at a moderately sized rest stop with a cafeteria that was open overnight. Ah. Allison stepped out of the car hurriedly.
What? What happened? Are you okay, Sat?
I stood up too fast. Ugh. Allison sighed.
You've been in the car for over 6 hours with minimal breaks. I'm surprised you didn't have to get out of the car at any point in that.
I'm very resilient, I think.
Evidently, your legs aren't.
Gia walked out of the driver's side door and walked by us as she headed toward the entrance to the rest stops building. Hey, thanks for your input, Peanut Gallery. Chio and Allison laughed.
I'll go find a seat, okay? Take a second to get your legs to adjust.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks, love. Allison fidgeted a little, flustered, and walked off in the same direction as Chio. I sat back down on the edge of the car seat with the door open. A taller figure walked up next to me. Do you think they have salmon nigiri here? It's a convenience store rest stop, not a world-class restaurant. Suki sighed with a defeated look. I'd take just salmon, or just nigiri, honestly. She walked into the rest stop, following Allison and Chio. I looked in the back seat behind me. Are they still asleep? Ari and Kotomi had fallen asleep a few hours into the car ride, which surprised me. It surprised me even more when they didn't budge an inch when we started playing aggressive speedcore music with the sole intent of trying to wake them up. But they were frozen, like they'd been turned to stone. I nudged Kotomi. Hey, let's stop. Here, now. Kotomi finally stirred a bit and opened her eyes.
In a second.
I chuckled a bit and stood up from the car. This time, my legs didn't crash into TV static immediately. I walked into the rest stop building. It didn't take me long to find the cafeteria, and even less time after that to find the table Allison had found for us. She waved to me as I walked over.
Hey, legs better?
Legs serviceable. She laughed, and I took a seat. Did you get a chance to see the kind of stuff they have here?
Well, I did, but the thing is that even though the rest stop is open overnight, the kitchen isn't. Which makes sense, but it looks like it closed at 9 p.m.
Oh, so is there nothing to eat?
I mean, there's a convenience store built into the building. Seems like that's our only option.
Honestly, fair enough. Should I go get some stuff then?
I'll come with.
Okay. We both stood up and walked across the building interior to the convenience store. A few minutes later, we came back with not much, other than a few bags of chips and a great popsicle.
The food of the gods.
Well, that was pointless.
Not really. Have you tried this great popsicle yet?
Huh? I don't think I have.
This thing is insane. Seriously, I don't know what they put in it.
Allie, it's just a great popsicle.
Yet.
Okay, I'll try it. Confused by her sudden energy, I unwrapped the popsicle and bit into it.
Well,
Oh, holy shit!
I told you!
Wow!
I told you!
Well, I guess that teaches me. Wow, this is good. We both laughed and sat at the cafeteria for a bit, just eating the store brand potato chip. After a while, Allison spoke up.
Have I told you yet that your new outfit is insanely pretty?
At least a dozen times.
Well, it's because it's true.
I don't disagree. It just felt like the right time for a makeover, I guess.
Honestly, I still don't know the full details of what happened in the graveyard. You've explained it to me, it's just so much to wrap my head around, you know?
Yeah, I don't blame you. It all feels like a dream still. But I guess these clothes are proof it wasn't. Because of her.
Storyteller. Huh.
Yeah, it's a weird case. I have all her memories now, so it's not like she's gone at all, but I don't know. It's tough. All of this is really complicated, and she understood a lot of it, so realistically, I should too. But I still feel like there's so much I don't get. I guess she did have years to come to terms with it all and understand it, but sometimes I wish I could ask her more questions.
I see. Sorry, I don't really think I understand what you're going through in exact detail. But I'm still here for you. I'll I'll listen no matter what, okay?
Yeah, I get you. Thanks.
Of course.
Yeah, I guess I can't really falter here. I have a job to finish. A job she started with you. I promised her I'd take the reins, so I'll do just that, no matter what. By the way, did I tell you? I actually got Suki to agree to spend some time with us during our arcade trip when we get to Sapporo.
Yo, no way? Damn, she's really opening up, huh?
Yeah, it's surreal to see, but I'm glad to see it nonetheless.
Yeah. Um, Saturday, can I ask you maybe something a little tough?
You know you can. What's up? Allison's gaze lowered a bit.
Has it not been hard for you being around her when you know that her name and appearance aren't, you know?
I sat back in the seat of the cheap cafeteria table we were at. At first, yeah, I didn't have that problem with Dawn, because her appearance, name, etc. was entirely formed and created by my own mind during the severance of emotion. But Suki is, well, was my sister's name. It took a bit to adjust to that, because the Suki we know right now is not her. It's not.
I mean, even further than that, she's a part of you, isn't she?
Sure, but I don't think it makes a difference.
Does does it not?
Not currently. She will be part of me, definitely. It's required for us to leave the Duskbreaker that we rejoin. Same with Dawn. But right now, she isn't me, right? She's her own person, fueled by her own humanity, with her own feelings and opinions and experiences. I think that individuality is enough to separate us, at least while we're like this.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's an oddly you way of looking at it, I think.
I let out a teasing laugh. Ha! Hey, what is that supposed to mean?
Well, it's just, you know, you've changed a lot these past. Well, I guess months wouldn't be accurate since it's looped so many times.
No, I think that's accurate. As far as as myself, am concerned, my memories only contain that of this cycle, the 8,266th. Even if I have storyteller's memories, I'm still me, I think.
I guess that's fair. Honestly, I'm so confused about this whole cycle thing. You said you've been through millions of cycles, but we're still on 8266? I I just can't wrap my head around it.
I don't blame you. And honestly, you don't need to worry about it. It would take a lot of time to explain in detail, and I'd rather save that for once we're out of this mess for good, you know?
Fair enough. But as I was saying, you've changed so much these past months, but not in a way that feels that different, I guess. To put it simply, I can definitely tell that the Saturday from July 2022 and the Saturday in front of me is the right and in front of me right now are still the same person.
I'm really glad. I've kind of worried about that, to be honest.
Really? How come?
At first, I was really ashamed by the way I acted, especially in those few months when my leg was injured, and I had to sit in our home in Kagoshima just doing nothing. I mean, you were there for it. There were a lot of moments where I blamed myself for way more than I should have.
Yeah.
So, when we flew out to Tokyo, I was like, this is a fresh start for Saturday Tasogare, untethered by her past mistakes. And that ended up screwing me over so badly once I actually realized what was going on with our lives and the world and everything.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
It's like, when you really fuck up and make a mistake, you can't just put it behind you, you know? Otherwise, you don't really learn from it at all. As human beings, we are our experiences and our memories, and you can't really try to throw any of them away because they aren't something you do anymore. We gotta keep our mistakes close to us so that we can learn from them, and so that we can come to terms with the fact that both the person that made the mistake in the first place and the person we are now are still the same person. Allison smiled.
You're such a sentimental dork, you know that?
Yeah, I am. And I'm finally, happy with who I am. I feel like I've finally come alive in a sense. Even before the desk breaker, I was really unsure about a lot of things in my life. I kind of felt like I was just an amalgamation of the people and the things I liked that surrounded me. More of a jumble of concepts in my own person, I guess.
I definitely know that feeling. I'm still working on that myself.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know you'll get there. Everybody can. And being with people who you know are there for you every step of the way will make that so much easier.
I believe you. Thank you, Saturday.
Right back at you, cutie. I stood up. I'm gonna head outside, taking some more of the fresh air before we're back on the road.
Sounds good. I'll meet you in the car then.
Gotcha. I walked out of the rest stop area. As I walked outside, I spotted a familiar dress flowing off of the bench to the right of the door. Oh, hey. Suki looked over at me. What you up to? Just thinking. I sat down on the bench next to her. What about? Humanity. Ah. Suki looked up at the night sky. I never really noticed all the stars in the sky, you know? There are a lot of them. Yeah. It's a surreal feeling. Well, I guess it's more like it's surreal feeling. Ah, yeah. I can kind of imagine. So much of my existence as the World Keeper up until now has been spent lacking that, filtering out anything that wasn't important to my purpose. It wasn't really that I never got the chance to see the stars in the sky, but I wasn't capable of considering looking up at them in the first place. If that makes sense. It does. Yeah. But now, spending time on Layer Zero, I'm a lot more prone to, well, emotions. All of them. It's a big adjustment. I guess it's a big adjustment to even have to adjust in the first place. Do you ever regret it? Being down here, I mean. Hell no. Not one bit. I take the inherent complexity of being human over being a lifeless husk trying to keep you trapped in the simulation any day of the week. It was miserable. Well, it wasn't miserable to me, but looking back, I can tell that if I was capable of feeling during all of that, I would have found it miserable. I'm glad to hear that. We sat for a few minutes, watching the night sky and the countless dots that illuminated it. You know, I've been wondering about something. Wonder away. Why are you so nice to me? Why is it so easy for you to accept who I am? What I did? Why I look like this? I'm not your sister. And yet, yeah, you're right. You aren't my sister. I think that's why I found it easier than you'd think. Hmm? I think that, in some alternate universe, if you were instead my sister somehow back to life, it would be a lot harder to come to terms with. Possible, maybe. But you aren't her. You're me. And I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I think I know myself pretty well at this point. Huh. You're Suki Tasagare. Sure. Even in this fabricated history, you're my sister. But you're not the same Suki Tasogare that was my sister in the real world. Honestly, the two of you are nothing alike. Really? I laughed a little. Yeah. For one, that outfit is so me. She was always super casual. She would never wear anything like that. That's your example? Looks are important. To me, at least. Mainly my own look. Suki laughed a little. The two of us looked back up at the stars again. I'm really glad we can finally be proud of who we are. Yeah, I am too. You know, I was thinking about something else. Something more relevant to our current situation. Hmm? And what's that? Suki's expression stiffened.
The idea to use my humanity as a weapon. Indeed.
The northern city. The group arrive in Sapporo. And again, they did it again. The group arrive in Sapporo. And Saturday talks to Chio.
Yeah.
It was close to midnight when we finally pulled into the hotel we had a reservation for in Sapporo. We stepped out of the car right outside to the front entrance, and Chio went to pull it into the underground parking. Hotel, sweet hotel!
You ever think about how, with all these cycles you've subjected us to that bit over 10,000 times? You ever think about how many with all the cycles, you subjected us to that bit over 10,000 times?
Damn, okay. I see how it is.
Well, I didn't mean it like that.
Ari and I laughed. Kotomi finished picking a drink at the vending machine on the street corner and walked over to us.
His apple drink is nuts, dude.
Yeah? Kotomi held up a small plastic bottle with a cute little apple mascot on it and took a big sip from it.
Good.
I believe you! I believe you! Just then, Chio's figure walked around the bend at the edge of the street block.
Got us all checked in. Here, Saturday and Eri, I'll give you to these.
She walked up to me and handed me a hotel room card. Oh, thanks. I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't want to give out keys for each of us. We had been grouped into 3 groups of 2. Ali and I shared a room, Eri and Kotomi shared a room, and Chio and Suki shared a room. We took our room cards and walked through the front entrance of the hotel into the lobby. Later that night, I ended up taking a walk down into the dining hall before heading up for the night. Flaming Hot Mountain View. Flaming Hot Mountain View. They didn't have Flaming Hot Mountain View. Ah, damn it. Ah, well. I ended up taking a basic soda and brought it to the checkout. Then, I spotted a familiar figure at one of the tables. Oh, hey, Chio. I took a seat across from her. She looked up at me, surprised for a moment that I was still up.
Hey. Still up, huh?
Just grabbing a drink. How about you? You're usually asleep way earlier.
Yeah, true. Just thinking about a lot of stuff, so I didn't want to retire for the night just yet, in case it carried over to my dreams.
Want to talk about it?
Yeah, we have more important things to go right now.
Sure, but that isn't an excuse to put your feelings aside. What's going on?
Well, it's just I'm nervous about what happens once we get out of here. In a lot of ways, but specifically like how it pertains to me and my involvement in all of this.
That's entirely fair, yeah.
Even if legally I end up punished, I'm really more worried about you guys. We're working together right now, but once we are out of here, what I am to you is someone who got you wrapped up in all this in the first place.
Chio.
It's just stressful. And when I hope or pray that things will be easy, it feels like I'm dodging the responsibility of what I've done. It just feels suffocating.
Hey, Gio,
Hmm?
why did you join the Sunrise Foundation in the first place? Gio seemed confused as to where this was coming from.
Well, there was the aspect of it where I had known your dad for a really long time.
I've also been meaning to ask how you two even came to meet.
Oh, gosh, I don't even know if I remember. Well, I'm 25 now, so I would have been 20 when we met. He had entered the big business world, and I was looking into it myself. We hit it off because we both were dissatisfied with the current state of mental health treatment in Japan. So that's why I joined the Sunrise Foundation when he founded it.
Huh? Well then, I don't think it's an issue.
Huh? Why not?
You wanted to help. That's why you joined the Foundation. That's why you built the Duskbreaker. That's all that really matters to me.
You think so? I don't know if I'm deserving of that.
Legally, the situation might be complicated. Once we're out of here, sure. I'm not denying that. But I'm not gonna just suddenly not have your back once we're out of the Duskbreaker.
Saturday.
So don't fret it, okay?
Honestly, you're the bravest 19-year-old I've ever seen. Though, I guess the situation that bred the bravery isn't exactly something most teens experience.
I laughed. That's true. And there's also the fact that I'm technically 21, because storyteller-wise.
Huh. I didn't actually put that together. Fair enough, then. You're the bravest 21-year-old I've ever seen.
I'm flattered. We laughed, and I took a drink from the soda bottle I'd bought. You know, in a way, I kinda lament it.
Lament what?
Leaving this world behind.
Really?
Sure. I mean, this is a world designed with the express purpose of giving us a happier life than the one that might exist for us on the outside. It's sad to leave it behind, in a way.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
I guess I've found myself empathizing with Suki more as time goes on. Not that it'll change my decision. I know that leaving this simulation is what we have to do, but I still do lament it sometimes.
I
Just a
don't
bit.
blame you. It's a very accurate simulation, after all.
Ha! Patting yourself on the back there? Gio laughed.
Hardly. I was the hardware engineer for for this thing. My involvement was making sure this thing had the stupidly high amount of memory it needed.
Huh, fair. Though in some cycles, I swear I remember being flipped that you were the software engineer.
Cycle differences, huh? They're certainly strange.
She took out her wallet and looked at her driver's license.
Weird to think that I just don't have this in some cycles. How did we even get out of this in Okawachi's shrine if I didn't drive us there?
There were a few different ways. Sometimes there just so happened to be a bus running. Probably Dawn's doing. Other times, we biked. All the way. Those cycles were not fun.
Doesn't sound like they would be.
Guess it's handy that the simulation covers Japan, famous for its public transport.
Rue!
I took another drink from my soda bottle. But, yeah. Seriously, don't worry about it. We'll stick together. I promise, okay?
Thank you, Saturday. That means a lot.
Of course. I felt the vibration in my pocket and took out my phone to see a new text message.
Saturday, where are you? Hi, Meepy.
Coming. I couldn't help myself grinning like an idiot. Chio gave me a teasing glare.
You'd best get some rest, or whatever it is you two do when the lights go out.
I blushed a little. Hey, shh! That ain't none of your business.
Yeah, I know. Go on.
Good night, Chio.
Sleep well, Saturday. And thanks again.
Mm-hmm. I walked out of the cafeteria and rode the elevator back up to my room.
I don't know if I've said this before, but I kind of love these dorks.
I don't remember hearing that. It doesn't sound familiar at all. But yeah, they're great. That was a nice scene.
Yeah. I do like Chio a lot.
Yeah, she hasn't gotten a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
Since, like, chapter
Well, she was
2, I want to say.
Yeah, because she wasn't one of the first characters added, so she doesn't have chapter 1. But she's also kind of had to share with the rest of the... she's had to play second fiddle to Saturday and the Saturdays.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why Kotomi exists. Like, she's not really a character at this point.
Maybe?
Like, she's barely doing anything, it feels like. Eri is the main spotlight when it comes to the mystery. Chio's tied to Duskbreaker, and it just feels like Kotomi's kinda just there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I don't know, I guess we're getting to a point where you gotta share. share the spotlight with several other characters.
Yeah, I think I just would have left her in chapter 1 or not included her at all or something. Like, she just doesn't really do too much.
Yeah, she's still got her place. I think we're getting a scene with her and Ari up next. On Saturday. It might be later though, I don't know. I like that song.
Axis Flung Sisters. Saturday, spend some time with the Nichibo 2 sisters. Speak of the devil.
Yeah. I thought the conversation that we just had with Chio was going to be the conversation with the Nichibotsus, but I guess the Chio one comes first.
Yep.
It's been a while. I played this game over the summer, and that's not counting the first time I played it, which was like March 24. At that point, only Chapter 3 was released, and I only finished the first 2 chapters.
Gotcha.
The next morning, I found myself awake at the midpoint between 10 and 11. Allison was still asleep, so I tiptoed out of the room and took the elevator down to the dining area. Walking into the dining hall, it seemed like they were just finishing serving breakfast. Ooh, made it in the nick of time. Just like last night, I spotted a silhouette I recognized sitting at one of the tables. Well, 2 silhouettes actually. Technically even. No, it's Ari and Kotomi. Wow, I feel like they haven't had anything to do in the last couple chapters. I grabbed my breakfast before they finished closing up, and walked over to where the Nichibotsus were sitting.
I wouldn't say that about Ari. I think Ari's pretty alright. It's just Kotomi that I'm concerned about. I think Ari fits in the story well.
Ari hasn't done anything since she held Dawn at gunpoint at the end of Chapter 3.
Yeah, but she still feels like she's kind of needed. I haven't felt Kotomi has been needed since the fire, to be honest. At least Ari's a detective and there's a mystery to be solved. So she feels kind of relevant still.
That's fair.
Morning.
Oh, hey Sat. You're up earlier than you usually are.
Well, I feel like if we're trying to save the world, I should at least try to keep a normal sleep schedule for now. Especially after getting yelled about it since yesterday.
Fair enough. Take a seat, yeah?
Sure. I put my tray down on the table and sat down on the bench next to Ari.
Saving the world, huh? I wonder if that's really what we're doing.
What do you mean?
I mean, we're not saving this world at all, are we? We're dooming it to being shut down. I've been thinking about that. That's true. But it's not like this world is real. Air. Nobody other than us is a real person. Logically, that's true, but morally, I can't help but feel a sense of regret.
No, I understand. I was talking about this with Chio last night.
Hmm?
I mean, y'all know what we need to do. We need to get out of here. That's the first and foremost thing. But it's also kind of sad to be leaving behind a world designed to keep us happy.
Yeah.
Now that we've seen the world for what it is, we can't see it as real anymore. It was easier back when we were unaware, because we didn't have any reason to observe the logical imperfections of the world as the technological drawbacks that they are.
Yeah, and I kind of lament that. Especially when we consider that Ari and I's role in your guys' lives was fabricated even more than anyone else's.
I was confused. What do you mean?
We got some of our memories back.
Oh shit?
The big thing, I think, was realizing that the Layer 3 that you, Allison, and Chio lived before entering here, and the Layer 3 that Kotomi and I existed in before entering here aren't the same.
Huh? I don't quite follow. I didn't read the logs. I just walked down and talked to Storyteller.
I'm surprised. You've talked about it a fair amount of times before. The many world interpretation?
Huh. So wait, you guys aren't from the same world as the rest of us?
Yeah. The exact details of why or how we ended up here we can't quite make out, but we can say that much for certain.
Wow. That's kinda surreal to think about. That you and I never knew each other before entering the Duskbreaker.
Don't get me wrong, Ari and I don't plan to just ditch you guys the first chance we get. First off, I don't even think we can do that. That shutdown sequence thing is probably gonna pop us out into your original world.
Wait, but how would that make sense? You two don't even have bodies to return to in our world.
That's another thing. We've come to realize that we aren't like you guys in that sense. Your minds are brought into this world and bodies simulated as a result of that, and the bodies you inhabit will disappear when you go back into your real ones, at least, I assume. But we aren't like that. These are our original bodies.
Huh? What? How?
Saturday, if we knew that, we would have told you. We are still piecing things together.
Are you even sure you'll be able to get out of here when we shut down the world? I don't want you two getting trapped in here.
I guess this is just as good a time as any then.
What do you mean?
To ask you a favor.
I was confused. And that would be...
For you to use the power of the fourth dimension to send our bodies up a layer.
Use the fourth dimension? I didn't know if it was possible, but if anyone could do it, it would have to be you. I don't know if I can promise that. My connection to the fourth dimension has been right only ever since the graveyard incident. I can speak to the fourth dimension through the narration in the TiVo client, but it takes time to be sent up, so I can't hold a consistent conversation or use any of the power.
That's okay. Just if you do gain the ability to access the fourth dimension again.
I mean, if I can, then of course I will. Nobody's getting left behind if I can help it.
Thanks, Saturday. That's really all we can ask for.
I took a hearty bite of my breakfast that was already starting to get a little cold. So, do you know what you're gonna do when you get out of here?
Find our sister. Or a way to contact our sister.
Huh? Wait, there's another one of you?
Yeah, Kanchi no Tabutsu. Our memories of her were stuck in the record when we entered the simulated world, but in getting them back, we were able to remember her.
Huh, I had no idea. I really should have read those logs. Kanchi, huh?
I don't know why, but I feel like everything is connected to her. If we find Kanchi, we find out the truth of what caused us to end up here. Is she dead, like Suki?
That's wild. I wonder what she's like.
No comment.
We do too.
I mean, I'll help you look into it, obviously.
You sure? You deserve to take a break after you get out of here Saturday. Please, don't immediately jump into something else.
Oh, it's no promise. It's no problem, I promise. That almost came out really wrong. I want to help.
It's appreciated.
I finished off what was left of my breakfast tray and sat back. In more current matters, are you guys joining us tonight?
For your excursion to Cape Soya? I thought you wanted it to be just you, Chio, and Suki.
No, not that. I'm dragging Suki out to the arcade.
Oh, God.
Hey, it's gonna be a blast. None of that.
Regardless, Alice and I were already planning to go to the night market.
Why don't you guys just go afterwards? We can group up at the arcade, and once we're done, we can all go to the market.
Ooh, I like that idea. Fine by me, but don't expect me to be a huge arcade junkie.
Bet.
Don't give me that look.
Around 8ish, I think. Suki, Chio, and I need to leave an hour before midnight. That should be enough time to allow us to do both the arcade and the night market, yeah?
The night market closes at 11 p.m., so that works out pretty well. Sounds like a plan.
Alright. I'm gonna head back up to my room and see if Allie's up yet. I'll let her know about the plan, yeah?
Sounds good to me. We were just about to head out for a walk anyway.
Ooh, have fun. Okay, see you guys later tonight. I walked over to the dirty breakfast trays were slotted in and slid mine into the holder, then walked over to the elevator and rode it back up to the room. Hanshi Nitsibotsu, huh?
I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick.
Don't fall in. This is your reminder to all of the viewers to stay hydrated and drink some water. Alright. One more story segment, then head to bed. It's important to be well rested. I don't know if we'll finish chapter 5 or chapter 6 today. I don't remember exactly where it ends. If it ends where I think it is, then it's very long. If it doesn't, then it's probably pretty short.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Stardust.
Do I know this one?
I don't know.
I think so. I think this is what I was thinking of. Yeah, I definitely recognize this one.
I like it. I'm just failing at it miserably. Food bot. Interesting.
First is Kyatsuki.
I couldn't read it. That's why I only said food bot. The calm before the storm.
Yeah.
The group enjoys a night out before the operation.
That's a very soothing title. Nothing bad will go wrong imminently. Especially with what we know happened at the end of Chapter 5.
Yep.
Later that night, the five of us had arrived at the arcade. Chio had stayed behind at the hotel to prepare for our journey to Cape Soya later that night.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. You can tell exactly when each character got their art done.
You can indeed.
In like what chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no shade to the Chapter 1 models, or sprites, whatever they're called, but yeah, it's pretty noticeable.
So, Suki, are you ready to have your world rocked? No.
Don't you think you're hyping her up a little bit, Saturday?
No. Oh god. The arcade building we ended up choosing was a giga building with 5 floors. It was open for another 2 hours. The streets of Sapporo were crowded as snow fell down as we walked along. Being in the north of the country, it was naturally very snowy this time of year, and there were a ton of snow-related festivals to accommodate that. Maybe it's a good thing Chio isn't here. Does she have, like, any heavier outfits?
I've never seen any. Me neither.
Nope. Damn. Living down in Tokyo for most of my life, we got a bit of snow, but never anything like what you see in the north. And I definitely hadn't seen much at all of my time in Tanegashima and the simulated world, so I was enjoying the weather. I know things. Finally, we arrived out front of the huge building and walked inside. Immediately, once we stepped inside, Eri covered her ears. I had forgotten to warn her about the noise levels inside arcades. Oh, Jesus. Suki looked behind her, seemingly glaring at the exit door longingly, but I wasn't going to let her get away that easily. Nope. Nuh-uh. Nope, you're not going anywhere. Suki sighed. I walked over to the sign on the wall that listed the stream is freezing, various themes of the floors. Hold on, let me refresh. Do you want to start with fighting games or rhythm games? I don't want to start with either. Allie, what do you think? Is she a fighting games girl or a rhythm games girl?
Definitely fighting games, I think. She has that scythe and everything.
I can't believe my hollow weapon of choice is being used against me like this. Fighting games it is. They're on the 3rd floor. Let's get a move on. I skipped up the stairs excitedly, Kotomi and Ellie following closely behind, and Eri and Suki slumped down at the back, exasperated. Okay, so, I mean, you know what a joystick does, right? I'm not that stupid. Yeah, so it's like that. Basically, you want to chain a bunch of button inputs together to do combos and drain the other player's health bar. Seems reasonable enough. Can I go up against you? I gulped. Are you sure? I'm pretty good. I don't want you to have a bad first-time experience, so, like... 5 minutes later... What the fuck? Did I do it right? I looked back at the screen. It showed the round score and the best of 5 format we picked. The scoreboard read 3-0 for Suki's player. I think I've uncovered a newfound fear of my own capabilities in fighting games. I guess you better hope it gets transferred to you in the merge, then. Huh? Suki looked confused. What? What did I say? No, nothing. It's just... I don't think you've ever acted smug like that before. He caught me off guard a bit. In a good way. I see. Allison moved closer to me and whispered in my ear.
Did you know this would happen?
No, I didn't know she would regain some humanity by playing fighting games.
Oh my god.
Okay, again. You were going easy on me. Give me everything you've got. Okay. I wasn't even going easy on you. We played again. This time, everything changed. I actually only lost 3-1 this time. Jesus Christ. Damn, wait, this is kind of fun. I'm glad you're having fun. After a few more matches, I felt Eri tap on my shoulder. Hey, what's up? Do you need to go outside? Sorry, I forgot to warn you about the noise and...
Put me in.
What?
Put me against her.
Huh? Sure, come on up. The scene that followed could be described akin to a complete reversal of everything Suki had gained in the past month. It was almost painful to watch. No! No, you bastard! She was getting thoroughly and utterly demolished in every aspect. Ari's transformation was borderline horrifying. I had never seen someone's hands move and press buttons as fast as she did, and I've played a lot of rhythm games. Ari! Nichibotsu! At one point, Suki actually tried to summon her scythe, which of course did not work. Despite it all, though, it was kind of endearing, in a way. Seeing her fall to base human instincts like this really did prove that she was more human than she used to be. Okay, that's enough, you two. We've got the whole rhythm game floor to get through, too. Suki glared at Ari, who was unusually smug. This is not over.
Sure thing.
Suki made an uncharacteristic hissing noise, and we stepped back into the stairwell to go up a floor. The next floor up was lined with multiple cabinets of various different kinds of rhythm games. This is where I'm out of my element. Okay, which one do you wanna— Oh, holy shit! Allison looked at me inquisitively, following my gaze, which landed on a small multi-game installation. Is that a Noises Arcapo cabinet? I've been looking for a place that has one of these for ages. Is that uncommon?
It is. AC cabinets are expensive to acquire due to their exclusivity to the...
6 minutes later.
So basically, yeah, it's a little uncommon.
Everyone had already long since stopped listening except for Suki and I. Okay. No. We're here for Suki. I can play Noises AC later. So, which one do you want to do first? Suki looked around, surveying each of the vastly different machines. That one? She pointed to a dance game. Oh god. Are you sure? I'm very not good at dance games. Seems the most fun to try. I sighed. Alright, come on. I stepped up to the flashy cabinet and I scanned my pass card. Suki didn't have one, so she just played on a guest profile. It was a nice change of pace, actually. Suki was still way better than I expected someone who hadn't played the game to be, but not at the level that I couldn't match her skill level. We played a few credits, and finally left the arcade. After we stepped out of the arcade, I turned to Ari. So, where's the night market? Ari pulled out her phone and pointed to a location on the map system. We started walking down the street to the transit station when Kotomi spoke up.
Hey, why don't we all take a picture? We don't have one with Suki yet, do we?
What? Oh, true! Hold on! Okay, everyone, group up over here! I took out my phone and set it up on a bench across from where we were, and hit the button to take a timed picture. Wait, I thought it was on 5 seconds! 2 seconds later, the photo was taken. I picked up my phone and opened the gallery.
Oh my god, Saturday, you look horrified.
I didn't know it was on 2-second mode. Shut up! Huh. I'm not used to seeing myself. You have a nice smile, Suki.
Yeah, much nicer than what Saturday has going on here.
Shut up! Oh my god, I am the world's most tortured girl. Everyone laughed, and for a moment, all our worries seemed to fade away. In the middle of this dying world, We found life. We were alive. This was how things were meant to be. Now all that's left is to finish what was left for us to do.
Cute.
Very cute. I really like that picture.
I'm a huge sucker for. Yeah, I'm a huge sucker for characters take a picture, and you get to see the picture as like a CG.
Yeah.
I do like the song. I like the like cover art for it. I'll run to the restroom. It'll be a couple minutes.
Alright, go ahead.
Perfect timing.
I mean,
Yeah, I really like this background art.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Godspeed. Did you realize who it was or what it was?
It just looked like Saturday. I don't know.
Here, let me pull up a picture of it for you.
I just saw a girl with pink hair. Save state. Saturday, Suki and Chio attempt to hack into Dustbreaker.
Yeah, I posted the picture in the chat. You can see it.
I have too many things up.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, basically it's just all four of them, but it's like 4 different class panes, and depending on which one you're looking through, you see different parts of each of them. So you see like a little bit of Dawn's hair, a little bit of Suki's hat.
And under the night sky, I felt something rest on my shoulder.
Well, that is really cute.
Yeah. Ah, Suki's asleep. I don't know if she or Dawn needed to sleep before their time on Layer 0, but regardless, she was evidently tired. She definitely needed that rest for what was coming up.
How are you feeling Saturday?
About as ready as I can be. I don't think there's any universe where this isn't scary.
Yeah, I'm glad you're hanging in there at least.
We were headed to Cape Soya, the northernmost part of Japan. Due to how the Duskbreaker simulates time of day, there's a brief moment in the turnover between days where the simulation processing is slightly weakened. We intended to use that to our advantage to backdoor the system to the best of our ability. I looked at my phone. It was 11:57 p.m. Just then, Gio stopped the car.
We're here. Ready?
Yeah. Hey, Suki, up and at 'em. Suki's eyes fluttered open, and she sat up quickly, seemingly embarrassed. Uh, huh? Her eyes adjusted to the light, and she understood. Ah, right. Okay, let's go. We stepped out of the car. Despite the importance of the location, Cape Soya wasn't very extravagant. It housed a simple stone monument listing its status as the northernmost point, and a small number of tourist attractions around it. We stepped up to the monument and waited. It was 10 seconds to midnight. Suki and I steeled ourselves, ready to jump on anything that seemed odd at the turnover to midnight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Stop skipping! This was supposed to be intense! There! At the turnover to midnight, a piece of the stone that made up the monument began to twitch and glitch out. I rushed forward and tugged at it. A piece of the geometry gave way, and I peered inside. From above, I could see the inside of the room that Storyteller and I had stood in before the merge process. It was the Duskbreaker's core. I pushed my head through the seam in the world and pulled on the piece of the world, pulling it out and into the simulated layer. Is that? It's a remote piece of the Duskbreaker's core. It's like it'll let us remotely access the terminal. Oh my god, we did it?
Hold on. Something about this isn't...
Before she could finish speaking, however, all three of us heard a clicking sound. It was a familiar clicking sound, one I'd first heard many months ago in the Okobachi Shrine, but had heard over 1,000,000 times since then. The clicking of a gun. And what, might I ask, do we have here? The three of us turned around in shock, though we shouldn't really have been surprised. Of course it wouldn't be that easy. Just a few feet away from the monument stood a tall, familiar figure, the Liberator. Trying to backdoor your own creation, are we, Gio? I thought you had more respect for your own work than to just hack into it like that. Gio grit her teeth.
Lives are at stake here, Dawn. We're doing what we have to do.
What you have to do? That sounds a little weird to me. What you had to do was enjoy the rest of your days peacefully and wait for me to come to you on the turn of the new year. What are you talking about? What's happening in the new year? Dawn laughed, an emotionless laugh, or so it seemed. Fine, I'll humor you. You already threw the chance at peace I gave you by coming out here to pull such a ridiculous stunt in the first place. cut the villain act and just get to the point, Liberator. And of course, if it isn't our very own traitor, what a crowd we've got tonight! I hope all the folks watching from your precious little TiVo clients are entertained, because I sure as hell am. Suki tensed up, as if getting ready to attack. I held her back. She was clearly trying to provoke us. At the turn of the new year, I prepared my own little escape rope just for you. The ultimation. No! You set up the fucking... What the hell are you doing? Of course you would know what it is, wouldn't you? How does it feel, World Keeper? I'm finally putting your precious little backup plan into motion. Keeping myself as composed as I could, I turned to Suki. Suki, what's the ultimation? It was a backup plan. A backup plan that I prepared during the initial events of the Severance of Emotion. A program that corrupts the simulator entirely.
What? Why the hell did you?
I don't know. I can't figure out why I did half the things I did, okay? I'm sorry. And you? She turned back to face Dawn. Are you insane? I thought your MO was to save Saturday without me. What the hell is corrupting the simulator supposed to do to help that? Dawn laughed again. Because it doesn't give you a choice. What? Dawn looked up at the sky. In just 10 days, everything here will have been reduced to nothing. I do only have Saturday's best interest in mind, and there's only one casualty I was aiming for. Yours. If you had just stayed put in Tokyo, or Sapporo, or wherever, you would have been able to live the last few weeks in peace. And then, everything would end, and I would come for all of you to save you. Saving Allison, Chio, Saturday, and those two hapless world-crossing sisters. You would have been saved, and Suki would have been left to rot down here as everything crumbled to dust around her. That was what I wanted. That's... insane. That's fucking insane! What the hell? And yet, here you are. She lowered her hand that had her gun in it. I don't want any harm to come to any of you other than her. Don't make this any harder than it has to be, for your own sakes. A ripple of silence echoed across the night sky and into the waves behind us. No. Dawn seemed genuinely surprised to hear that answer. No? I decline. Decline? How so? I reject your offer. We are all leaving here together. None of us are being left behind. Dawn looked down. Whatever expression she wore, I couldn't make it out. So be it. She snapped her fingers, and suddenly, loud rumbling surrounded us. On either side of Dawn, a large grid of fissures opened up in the air behind her, and from each one, a cannon protruded, all aimed towards the monument. Dawn looked back at us, back to her normal self. Then we'll dance your way, Saturday Tasogare! Ah! With a maniacal laugh, she rose into the sky, hovering above us, surrounded by cannons on both sides. There had to have been over 100 of them by now. And what do you plan to do against this? It's looking pretty grim for your chances right now, I must say. I won't be shot. Say it again. I couldn't quite hear you from up here. You won't shoot me. Hilarious! And what makes you so sure of that? I'm just dying to know. Your ultimation. It's charging up, isn't it? There's no avoiding it. Sure. What's your point, girl? I couldn't stop myself from getting a little smug. If it's charging on layer 1, and you're aligned with layer 1, you can't reset the cycle. It would require you to restart the charging process. And as a result, you can't hurt me. You'd be stuck down here as the world corrupts. Therefore, you won't shoot me. Or, more specifically, you can't shoot me. Damn, I guess you've got me. Not. Do you really think that's what this is all about, Saturday? Maybe you're still just as dense as you are at the start of every cycle. I clenched my fist. Then go on! What are you planning to do? Lay it all out on the table, and we'll give you a fair fight. You're right that I can't harm you, or Chio. Even if I could, I wouldn't. But she is a different story now, isn't she? I realized what Dawn was getting at, and my composure broke in an instant. Or so it seemed. No! You bastard! You wouldn't! Oh, but I would. And in fact, I think I will. What a shame. Okay, so that is what she's after. I'm gonna need your help here then. Dawn raised her pistol and aimed it squarely at Suki. Okay, listen. I'm going to need you to follow some very specific instructions here, alright? I said it once before, and I have no qualms with saying it again. Good night, Saturday, Tasogane! Dawn fired her gun, and a bullet erupted from it. There was no way Suki was going to be able to move in time. Suki, no! Okay, please, restart the TVO client now. The bullet landed squarely in Suki's chest. She ricocheted backwards and hit the stone monument, falling to the ground. Now, please! Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god! Chio and I rushed over to Suki, but it was too late. A haunting laugh echoed all around us with the reverb of a large theater. It felt like thousands of people were laughing at the woman collapsed in front of us. Suki, no! Suki, no! After that, I don't know what happened. But I heard the cannons disappear. When I opened my eyes, Dawn was no longer present. And neither was Suki. Nothing felt real anymore. I staggered to my feet and stepped slowly to where the body of the woman whose appearance matched my sister's had lied less than a minute ago. Suki. Not again. How many times was I going to lose her? How many times was I going to be made to watch my sister die, goddammit? I can't do this anymore. Suki. Suki. And then, A voice echoed into the night sky. Dookie! Dory lock 1. Hint, listen to the burdened girl this time.
What are you up to?
What do you mean? They said there was a story lock, so I was trying to find something.
Yeah, it's here.
Go back into it?
Yeah. You should listen to the burdened girl this time. You can just fast forward for a little bit. I believe it's control. That's probably good.
Dawn fired her gun and a bullet erupted from it. There was no way Suki was going to be able to move in time. Suki, no! Okay, please, restart the TVO client now. The bullet landed squarely in Suki's chest. She ricocheted backwards and hit the stone monument, falling to the ground. Now! Please! Oh god. Oh god, oh god!
Alright, you missed it. Just fast forward to the end.
What was I supposed to be doing? Is there a button I'm supposed to be pressing?
Restart the TVO client.
How do I do that?
Restart the TVO client. Restart the Vivid Stasis Operations client.
Shut the game down? What?
It certainly seems like it.
Exit scene.
Mm. Do you know how to close a computer program?
Is it Alt F4?
That's one way.
Oh,
I
wait,
believe I
hold
used
on.
Alt F4.
I closed your thing, didn't it? Yeah, it did.
Yeah, you did. You could also use Task Manager. I think you could have backed out all the way and like just closed the game. You have options. Welcome to your next Shatter song.
Are the buttons supposed to be broken? Oh!
No,
Okay.
you're not plugged in.
Yeah, I was typing into Discord. Because I was sharing the screen with you.
Yeah.
Do you understand now? This world was never ours to intervene, and yet here we stand. You and I have torn this world asunder and put it back together countless times by now. We have broken the rules of the world. The entire world axis just by being here. Though the you that she and I refer to are not the same. Sure, you've realized this too.
First big. I like this song. The song will be very important later. But for now, it's just cool cinematic theme.
In a minute, you'll be brought back to the world you know. You know what you need to do now, right? Then lock onto your prey and drive it in. Make her story complete. I know you will not disappoint me.
Interesting. Seems to be a new voice.
It does.
A gunshot. An impact. The sound of splattering blood. But nobody could see any of it. It wasn't that it never existed. It did. But now it didn't. I opened my eyes, and the first thing I saw was shock. What? Huh? I'm not... What? Huh? Dawn hit the ground with a shockwave. What did you do? I could see her frantically double-checking that the cycle count hadn't changed, which it hadn't. Saturday, I swear to fucking God, if you don't tell me right now... You're not as smart as you think you are, you know that? Dawn stepped back, shocked. What are you talking about? If you hadn't noticed what I've been up to the whole time, I mean... Cut the small talk, girl. Tell me, now! She pointed her pistol at me. Seems like any reservation she had about putting me at harm's way had vanished. Back when we fought at the graveyard, and I became one with Storyteller. What? Huh? What the fuck is Storyteller? What the hell are you even going on about? It was a little cathartic, I admit. Being the one who had on the other side of the situation. I had the answers, and she wanted them. She didn't understand it all. Tell me, Dawn, what layer am I synchronized with? You're layer 0. You have to be layer 0. There is no conceivable universe where you aren't layer 0. Correct. I am synchronized with layer 0. Then why? Hey, Dawn. Have you ever heard of a video game emulator? You aren't saying you couldn't you saved and reloaded the entire state of the World Keeper? I smiled. Dawn staggered back in shock. She was quickly realizing that there was little she could do to counteract this. Shit! You're fucking mental! I stepped forward. The game is over, Dawn. You've lost. But it seems like my one-up on her wouldn't last very long. She quickly got up and brushed off the dirt that had gotten on her dress in her fall. If you think that's going to be enough to take me down, then you haven't been paying attention. I stanced up cautiously, unsure of what she was planning. Are you forgetting the one thing that I have that you don't? Yeah? And what would that be? Dawn smiled again. Another cold smile devoid of any sympathy. The end of the world. It's not charged up yet. Don't try to trick us with that. Who said it needed to be fully charged? Do you wait until your phone is at 100% before taking it off the charger? But trying to activate automation prematurely is... Do you have any idea the risk that poses? Don's anger flared up. I don't have a choice. None of you understand. If Saturday wants to play with fire, then we'll dance by fire. And in an instant, she was gone. Even I could tell her retreat was hasty. I must have really concerned her with my newfound ability to save and load the data of the sim layer. Suki, what happens if automation is activated prematurely? Nothing good. Even worse than it already would have been. The deletion process has less power to draw from, so it's prone to... Before she could finish, just like at the graveyard, the sky turned a violent shade of red. Chia ran over.
Watch out!
Immediately above us, a large meteor materialized in the air, glitching and twitching like a dying animal from the various polygons it was made up of. Shit, go! Go, 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 go! We ran as fast as we could back to Chio's car. We made it in time, and could only watch as the meteor fell, destroying the entirety of the monument that marked the northernmost point of Japan.
Did we make it?
Suki grimaced. We're not out of the woods yet! Chio, get the car going now! A violent earthquake began to shake the ground. Tears and cracks in the simulated earth formed as the ground began to split apart. We jumped in Chio's car as fast as we could. As we sped down the highways, I heard a shrill laugh above us. I couldn't see who it was, but there was someone up in the sky. I knew who it was. Let's see you wiggle your way out of this one! There was no mistaking it. It was the end of the world. We had gained an invaluable ability, and sped up our time limit at the same time. There was no more turning back. This was the finale of the story.
Indeed it was. Yeah, this is a bit of a longer chapter, so we can stop if you need to.
Yeah, I might have to stop.
Yeah, we can pick this up tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, let me tell you,